Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about this Young Dolph case, man. And we're going to be talking about one of the suspects in the case. Now, one of the suspects, the guy named Cornelius Smith, it looks like he was in court today. And while he was in court, there was a lot of information that was passed, and it looks like he's going to have a rough time at it in court and going throughout this case, man, because if the beginning signs are anything like the ending, it's not going to be an easy ride. I'll say that much. Now, also, I want to touch on the fact that Yo Gotti's lawyer has spoken out. Yesterday, I did a video where I talked about Yo Gotti's lawyer supposedly defending Straight Dropp in this case. He was going to be Straight Dropp's attorney. At least that was what was reported by Fox News, the local affiliate there, and it was reported by other various news sources that Arthur Horne, or Art Horne, was his attorney. Well, he took to social media, or at least he went to the news outlets. He did it the right way, and they went to social media and let it be known that he is not going to be defending Straight Dropp. Now, the story about that is just as interesting, so hang on for that. But before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about Cornelius Smith. So there was a news story that came out, and it was talking about the fact that he was in court today, man, and it ain't looking good for him. Now, it starts off by saying this. The headline says, suspect in Young Dolph murder makes his first court appearance. So it looks like he finally showed up to court, man. I mean, you can't break it down any other way. This is his first court appearance, right? Now, Memphis, Tennessee, one of the accused gunmen in the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph appeared in court for the first time Thursday. Now, in this post that was made by this Fox News reporter here, it says this. It says, Cornelius Smith in court this morning. Extremely short hearing on the theft charge, which is now a part of Young Dolph's murder case, which a grand jury already indicted Smith on. No bond, no lawyer present in court. The case is headed upstairs to criminal court. So they're saying that he checked into that building 201. And at that building 201 is where, you know, he's going to have his day in court, had his first day in court, I should say. And Straight Dropp is going to be headed that same way. They just trying to be real secretive on how they move him because they're scared of having a security incident. You can only understand that. Now, the story goes on to say Cornelius Smith faced a judge after being extradited from South Haven, where he was arrested on December 9th. Smith, 32 years old, was arrested on theft charges related to the white Mercedes used in Young Dolph's killing. No bond was set and no lawyer was present for Smith in court. His case is now headed to criminal court. Now, with all that being said, this doesn't look good for him at all. He didn't even have a lawyer there with him. You know what I mean? Like, what are they doing with that rap? I'm not sure if he was a rapper. So let me be fair. I'm not sure if he was playing in the rap game at all. But, man, with all this, you would think that he would show up with a lawyer. But it's obvious that they didn't expect that, you know, he would be arrested for this. And that's not to say that he did it. It's just saying that it ain't looking good, you know, when you show up without any legal representation. You know, that's a bad look. Not to say he's not going to cop a lawyer later. Maybe he's waiting for some reason. Now, there was another post that was made on social media by the same Fox News reporter, and he said this. He says, happening this morning, accused Young Dolph killer Cornelius Smith will be in court at 201 for his first court appearance since being extradited to Shelby County from DeSoto County. These first hearings are usually to discuss bonds and legal representation. So it looks like that he was showing up to discuss bond and legal representation. So I don't know. He'll probably get a lawyer later on if we're judging off of that. Now, the story goes on to talk about a couple things that I want to touch on, but let's first get a look at the clip of Cornelius Smith in court today.
Interesting developments today for the court hearing for Cornelius Smith in court this morning. An extremely short hearing on the theft charges he faced, which are now a part of the Young Dolph murder case, which a grand jury already indicted Smith for. No bond, no lawyer present in court. The judge, again, did not set any bond for Mr. Smith. The case is now headed upstairs to criminal court.
So as you've seen in that clip, he was being walked out by the bailiff into the courtroom. You heard the reporter say that, you know, he reiterated the same things that we read in the story, that he showed up by himself. It was a very short hearing, and he also, you know, didn't have a lawyer with him. So, and they're going to be moving this upstairs to the criminal court so that way it could be tried in the criminal court. And this theft case, which involves like $10,000 to $60,000 worth of theft involving like the white Mercedes Benz, is what's bringing them to court today. You know what I mean? They just wanted to add that into there. So, I mean, we'll see how this goes, man. We'll see how this goes. Now, there was also a new development that was said in the court as well, and it was in regards to the legal representation for Straight Dropp. It looks like Straight Dropp might have got dropped by his lawyer. Now, I'm not sure if Arthur Horne was really his attorney to begin with, right? There were a lot of stories about that, and I was going based off the news story. I like to use news stories as my, you know, as my source. I like to use those sources, you know. Sometimes social media works good, especially if it's live in action, but news stories, they usually get it right. And they said, on this same Memphis news channel, they said that Arthur Horne, or Art Horne, was his attorney. Well, it comes to find out, and I had numerous people send me messages about this on social media. I mean, a lot. So dude must have a lot of a pull out there in Memphis. That dude is not representing Straight Dropp and has no affiliations with this case at all, which I would hope, man, because him being Yo Gotti's legal counsel and CMG's legal counsel, even though he's a great lawyer, knowing the issues between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti, it just isn't a good look. So let's look at this news clip from the same reporter on the location about that.
Also outside of court, because we also learned that Arthur Horne, we reported earlier this week that he was representing Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Dropp. Just received information from him that he is not representing anyone associated with the murder case of Young Dolph.
Now, as you heard in that clip, that Arthur Horne reached out to the Fox News affiliate there in Memphis and let them know that he is not representing anybody in this court case. And he wants probably that publicized because nobody wants to be affiliated with this case and make it seem like it was him, you know, representing them on behalf of some other parties that he represents, like Yo Gotti or CMG, because they obviously don't want to be involved in this, man. They obviously don't want to have any kind of play in this, and that just was, like I said, wouldn't be a good look. But what do you guys think about this Cornelius Smith guy? I wanted to touch on the fact that he was in court, and you actually got a good look at him, man. When you compare him to the pictures of the shooters, it's almost not fair because they were wearing the same thing, some baggy sweats. I mean, they even had baggy joggers on, hoodie, you know, the shooters, that is. I'm not saying that this Cornelius Smith guy was the shooter. We don't know that, right? It's all being alleged right now. But does he look like he could fit the description for one of those guys based off what we got? I know we don't have much to go off, so that's an unfair question. But what do you guys think, man? And what do you think about him not having a lawyer and Straight Dropp not having a lawyer right now? Do you think this will have some type of, you know, effect on them in this trial, or do you think that they'll eventually get legal counsel? And we'll see this when it comes to trial and who, if they're innocent or not. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this out content. And we out of here. Peace.